Bonjour mesdames et messieurs, in this episode I'm going to show you how to create an online store. Bonjour mesdames et messieurs, my name is Serge Ramelli. I am a French photographer from the amazing cities of Paris. A few weeks ago, I gave you a little tutorial on how to make a website with Wix in 20 minutes. Check out, the link is below this video. Now I'm going to continue and I'm going to create my own online store to sell my fun art prints using Wix. You will see, it's super easy. All right, so this is a follow-up on the original tutorial that I did on how to create a website in like 20 minutes using Wix. I love their interface. It's very straightforward, very simple to use. So it's not a part 2, but if you've not watched part 1 on how I got here and how I did, this website, which let me show you, it's sergeramelli.net. It's actually completely online, sergerameliphotos.net. The first video will introduce you, I put in a loop video in a foreground, and then I come to Paris, Venice, USA landscape. I did many galleries. Every gallery is completely, responsive design. You can make it bigger or smaller. It's really cool. And all that I show you in the original video. Now, we are here and we are now ready to do our online store. I want to sell some fine art prints through Wix, and I want to show you how easy it is to do. So the first thing is, once you've done the basic website, once you're on this tab, is to click here on the plus, okay, and you go to store, and you click here, create an online store, add to site. So I'm going to do that, and now I've already created a store before, so that's why you see some of the products. So I'm going to erase that and start from the beginning. But first, let me show you a few things. Now we got a new logo here called My Store. If you click on it, we have different items that we need to talk about. First is the Manage Your Store. So Manage Your Store, basically, well, so far I have not sold anything because I'm just starting. We have the product catalog, which we're going to go into, which is the heart of the store. But let's go to business setup. There's a few things that we want to do it. So I call the business, I already did this before, Serge Ramelli Fine Art, Art and Photography. I did edit payments method. I put in my PayPal account already. All you do is click and put your PayPal account. This is my email. Okay, everything is good to go. Now, there's one very important step, is the shipping and tax. Now, I would advise you, if you're just starting an online store, to make things as simple as possible for your customers. So, probably if you're in the US, be able to ship only in the US. It gets sometimes complex to ship like to other continents, but you can. Let's look at the section called Edit Shipping and Tax. So here I did a few things. So let me double click on the first one. So basically the way it works is you first choose a region. So I choose United States, okay? And on this one you have different options. Now, I'm going to do a flat rate shipping in the US, and or you can make like, for example, actually let's make something different. I'm going to rate by weight. So I'm going to sell 3 sizes of photos: small, medium, and giant. Okay, and so we're going to say that the first size is from 0 to 1 pound, and that's going to be $10 of shipping. Then from 1 pound to so the medium photo is around 3 pounds to 4 pound is going to be $30 of shipping. And then from 4 pounds up, which is the giant photo, is going to be $100 of shipping. Okay, so that's my rules. Okay, now that's pretty good, because in this example each photo is going to be sold in 3 sizes: small, medium, and giant. That's how I call it. Okay, so I'm going to save that. I mean, you could also do it by order of price, by weight, or give a flat rate, or free shipping. I think it's really cool. I mean, you have all the options. So let's call it shipping. Now that rules, remember, only applies in the US. Okay, so now handling fee, add a handling fee to every order. I wouldn't do that. No, I'm not going to add tax on top of it. I think this is pretty good. So now we got the shipping covered for the United States. I'm going to save this. Now, international, rest of the world. So I'm going to double click on that. I'm going to, well, make it active. Double click on it. And you can just call it, if it's not there, you just, if it's empty, just click here and you have rest of the world. I like that, the idea, rest of the world. You know, let's make it simple. So same thing, I'm going to go rate by weight from 0 to 1 outside of the US, let's say $20. 1 up to 4 pounds, I'm going to say $50. And 4 pounds up, which is my giant size, is going to be $200. This is, you know, you would have to actually go to a post office to figure out. But, you know, my giant photos are metal prints giant. They're very heavy. You know, they like 6 or 7 pounds and they cost a fortune because you have a, you know, I have to put into a special box, which I have to buy. That's why I would put $200. Okay, cool. So that's just an idea, but, you know, you can do whatever you want. No tax, and I'm going to save that. So now, and I'm going to call that international. International, oops, sorry, shipping. Voila. We can give a delivery, so international shipping, so I would say 2 weeks about, and I'm going to save that. By the way, I forgot to specify that here, so I can click here on edit, shipping, and I can say here 5 days, for example, for domestic. Okay, and then there's other regions, but this one's I'm not going to do. So I got 2 rules. I got within the US, and I got for the rest of the world. Okay, so that's very important. You do your shipping and tax. Now, store settings, it's going to be in English. It's going to be US dollars. You know, price format is good, left, pounds. Now, on this one, I think that's very important. Tax is included in the price of my products. Don't add tax to subtotal. I would advise you to do that just to make things simple, you know, when you start with. You can add terms and conditions if you want, and you can add them here. Private policy, you can add them here. Refund cancellation, like you can say like no refund, you know. I'm not going to add a private policy. I'm not going to add a terms and condition. And contact us. Okay, boom. I can add a contact us. So that's the business settings. Okay, mobile. That's create a mobile app for your online store, which is not what we're going to do now. Okay, so that's pretty cool. I have not looked at that option. That must be really cool. So now let's go back to the, we've done the business setup. And we don't promote store. We do that once the store is finished. Orders, we don't have any orders. So let's go to product catalog. Products. Now I have got different products there, and I'm all going to erase them because I want to start from scratch so that you can see how I did it. You know, I trained doing this video before, so that's why it's there. Okay, so it's kind of loading here. Let's add some products. I'm going to add a new product. First thing is it's asking you for an image. So I'm going to go here, and I'm going to go upload image, and I've got this folder already open up, and I'm going to start by the Lapin Gilles, which is 4 images that I created. So the first image is the photo I'm selling. The second one is I did in Photoshop, added a frame. Then in Photoshop, I took a stock photo of an interior design and added my photo with a shadow and everything. And the last one, I did it on the side. So people have some, you know, idea of how the photo is going to look like. So I'm going to take these 4 photos. I'm going to open this up. They're going to load into Wix pretty fast. And now, for the first image, I'm going to take the first one, which is this one, the regular Lapin Gilles image. I love this photo. Okay, and then I'm going to add 3 more photos. I'm going to add the one with the frame, apply. I'm going to add the one within the living room, and then I'm going to add the one from the side. So they really have an idea of what my fine art looks like. Okay, add a product name. I'm going to call it Fine Art Lapin Gilles. All right. Ribbon is to put a little ribbon over it. I'm not going to do that on this one. Price. Okay, so the price that I figured out, well, let me show you. First, I'm going to propose this in 3 sizes. Okay, and this is how it's going to go. I'll just paste this here. So small size is going to be 18 inch by 12 inch. It's an open edition, meaning that it's not limited. I can sell 1,000, I can sell 100. That's what it is. Okay, then large, 36 by 24 inch is limited to 200 copies, and giant, 60 to 40 copies is limited to 100 copies. This was inspired by Yellow Corner, the galleys I work with. That's kind of how they work. So the price, the basic price is going to be the small size. I'm going to put this one at $99. It's a small 18 by 12. And voila. So next is in stock. So you can track inventory if you want. Because I print as I go, I don't print in advance. I'm not going to do that because I can have as much inventory that I want. So this one I'm not going to use. Status is going to be in stock. And this one is, remember, we have to put the weight. It's going to calculate the shipping cost. So the weight, I'm going to put in 1 pound. Okay? Now, very important, because this item has got 3 sizes, we have to add a product option. Oh, first, additional info section, share return policy and care instruction with your customer. I'm not going to add this here. Custom text, allow buyers to personalize these products with a custom field. This is not applicable for here. So product option, add products like size, color, materials. Yes, add options. I'm going to call it size. Input, this is perfect, and I'm going to create 3 sizes. Small, press enter. Medium, press enter. And, oh, sorry, not medium, actually, it's large. I called it large. And then giant. Okay, that's inspired a little bit by what I did with Yellow Corner. Okay, custom settings per variation. Yes, because the price is not the same. So small is $99. Surcharge, meaning what do I put on top of $99, is 0. I want to sell the small at $99. However, the large, I want to set it for $3.99. So I'm going to add a charge of $300. And the giant, I want to set it $999. So I'm going to add a charge of $900. Okay? And they are in stock, in stock, in stock. So now we have done our first product. Let's see how it looks. So I'm going to save this. And now we are ready to do our first preview because we have an online store, okay, which is here. By the way, when I added the store, it created a page called Shop. You see, here it is, Shop. I'm going to rename it Fine Art Prints because it's more sexy. Right, and now, so here I am, and let's see. I'm going to go and preview this, see how that works. So there is the video behind, which I don't want to have because it took the store it created based on the homepage. That's fine. So I can click on the page here or here. No, here. Click change page background and page background. It's on video. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put a color and just put a solid color, white. I want the store to be really clean. So I took out the video. All right. So now let me show you again what it looks like. I'm going to preview this. I can click on this and we can see the product. So the cool thing is, you see when you click on it, it zooms. Now you notice that the loop went back, and I'll show you how we can correct that. Because it took everything from the homepage. That's something you might run into, so it's good that we have this happening. I don't want that. I want a white background everywhere. I'll show you how to correct that. Because right now we are in the store. Okay, so this is the other view, and I like, you see when I zoom in, you can see the photo in big. I think it's really cool. It's very smooth, very very cool. Okay, and here it's $99 because it's the small size. So I'm gonna it's small. $99, large $3.99, giant $9.99. Okay, I'm going to buy a giant one. I'm going to add it to cart, view cart, and here is the cart, and we are ready to go and check out on PayPal. Okay, available only on the live side, of course. This is just a simulation. This is not for real. So back to the editor. You see, we have, if we click here on My Store, we have different, we can click here on Store Pages. When you create a store, you got 4 pages. The Fine Art Print, which is the one we did, but we have a product page, we have a cart page, and we have a thank you page. Okay, and for some reason, Wix decided to put my video on all 3. So I can take one by one, the product page, I can click here, click on the side, change the page background, color, white. Okay, so that's good, I'm happy about that. let's go back here. Sorry, let's go back. My store pages. Let's take the next one, cart. Okay, I'm going to click here, change page background, color white. All right, and let's go back here. Store pages, thank you page. And on this one, I want to change the background to color white. Just, I don't know. I want the whole shopping experience to be on white. Why? Because. Okay, so now that we have one product, let's create some more. And the good thing is all the time that we spend creating one product, so you go here, don't go into add products because you want to use the product you already created to duplicate it to go faster. So I'm going to go to manage your store, and then I'm going to go to product catalog, and here is my first product, the one we created. I'm going to go right here. I'm going to click duplicate. By doing that, I'm going to economize so much time. First thing, I'm going to remove the first photo. I'm going to click here, and I'm going to take, I already loaded some photos. So I'm going to take this photo, click apply, and then I'm going to take this photo, which is, the same idea. Every fine art print has 4 versions, on the walls, on the side, in the living room. Okay, this one I'm going to call Fine Art Manhattan by Night. Okay, and you see all the text that we put in there. So maybe we can repeat the price, $99. I should have done that on the original one. Open edition, $99. This one is $3.99, and this one is $9.99. Okay, track inventory, no. And everything else is there. You see the size, small, large, and giant. The price is already there because we duplicated the original product. So basically all you have to do really is change the 4 photos and the title, and you're done. Save. Let's do that one more time. And now this time I'm going to duplicate the last one because I added the price in the description. So now it's there, which is really cool. So same thing, I'm going to remove that. I'm going to take the next set of photos. It's so easy, it's not even funny, which is the New York Metro. So that's the New York Metro. Okay, this is one way of doing it, and this is another one, and this is another one. All right, it is so easy to create an online store with this. I love their user experience. I think it's really cool. Okay, this one I'm going to call Fine Art New York Metro. New York Metro. I love this photo. It was one of the last one I took when I did my book, but it was raining. I'm very attached to this photo. There's something about it that I really like. Okay, everything else is, already programmed there. So all I have to do is save. And let's do one and last one. So I'm going to duplicate this one we just did and erase the photo. And, of course, I usually have like 10 to 12 photos for sales and fine art. And you don't have to go through, doing this whole thing of so you can change the image around. See, I took the wrong image as the main one. So I want this one to be the one, this one to be a second one. And let's carry on, this one to be the third, and the one from the side to be the fourth. Okay, and this one I'm going to call Fine Art FL Tower under the skirt. That's how I called it originally. This is actually my bestseller in the Yellow Corner Gallery. I sold hundreds and hundreds of this photo. It's unbelievable. People really like it. I'm really happy about that. Okay, on this one, I'm going to put a little ribbon called New, and you'll see why it can be cool later on. So I'm going to call it New Fine Art. I'm going to leave the same title. I'm going to have the same price, everything. So now our story is basically done. Okay, it's basically finished. And let me show you what it looks like. So I'm going to preview. And, so here I am on the home page. That's the home page. I go to my gallery in Paris. I go to USA, blah, 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 the website, but now I got Fine Art Prints. When you go to Fine Art Prints, you come here, you got different products, I can click here in big, I can select the size that I want, I can see different previews of the photo, okay, I can add it to cart, and now you see here, my cart says 1, here it is, view cart, Okay, now I don't have, and I can just check out the PayPal and it's done. All right. Now, let's say that you want to promote your store on other pages of your website. Now, that is totally possible. So I'm going to go, for example, to the Paris page here. So here I am at the Paris page, and I'm going to go here, plus, add. And since now we have the store there, I can add, for example, a slider product gallery. So I'm going to add that. Right now it's in the middle. It doesn't look like anything. So I'm going to make it much smaller, like this. Okay, I'm going to put it up here in the corner. Want to fill the space, try a full width element. Now, I'm not going to do that because I already have a full width element with the photo. I'm just going to put it up here. Okay. And voila. So we have the title, we have the price. And you see this one is the only one that says new on it. Okay. And you can see here, I can click here on show on all the pages. If I do that, this is going to be on all the pages. Oh, now, okay, let me make this a little smaller. All right. I want to make this smaller. I don't want it to go over. Okay, what's going on? Be a little smaller. Voila. Voila. Okay. Okay, you make that a little bit bigger. So then you can go also, you have some settings there. All right. It's giving you a hard time. I can go here to settings, and you can see how the slider is going to work. So you can, put the name of the photo and the name and the price, or you just have the photo by itself, or it's different presentation. I kind of like this one. That's kind of cool. All right. Let's see here, for example. So, and then you can also like the size. You can make 16 by 9, 3 by 2. I'm going to do 3 by 2 on this one. I think 3 by 2 is cool. This is in black. So if you want to change the color of the title here, it's here. I can put red, for example, or no, red is cool. Red is a color that sells usually. So red, and I can put the price in pure black instead of gray. Voila. Click OK. So it's as usual. You can do this, and now let's see how it's going to look. I'm going to preview it. Okay, well, it made my whole website actually a little bit lower, which I didn't want that to be. So for that, all I'm going to do is basically take this and move it back up. Oops. Let's see here. Voila. Let's preview this now. See if that works. Okay. Oh, but it didn't change on the other pages, so I have to go back. So you have to, when you add a slider. All right, I want to just bring that up again. Okay, and you just have to go on every page, just make sure the slider fits well because it's been added on every page. So, but it just takes 2 seconds to do that. So, and landscape. I want it up. All right. So, things like this can happen. So to move this, just make sure you click on this little arrow, and then you can move and up and down this. Okay, and let's look how it looks on the other pages. Want the same site. So that's kind of cool. Okay, and fine art prints. We're good. So, okay. Oh, it moved again. So I have to move this back here. I'm just looking through if I didn't make any changes. Oh, I see. Made a little mistake because by changing the line. All right. When I changed the dotted line, it changed for every page. So that's, I learn as I go. But this is the second time I do it, and honestly, I think it's pretty cool. Yeah, by changing the line, I change on every page. So now we should be good. Paris, Venice, USA. USA is a little lower. I can make it go a little higher. And landscapes is a little lower. You can align it as you want. And bio is good. Want the same sign for an art print. Okay, so now we should be good. So I can see the preview. And so now I can go to the home page, find our print under the skirt, Paris. Okay, it's there. I can see the other photo. When I click here, I can do a little quick view. It brings me to the store. So that's kind of cool. It remembers that I had, see this one has the new on it. And you can put this anywhere. Just because my website's got this full, gallery in full mode, that's the only place I thought I could put it. But, it's kind of cool. So voila, that's basically how you create a store. And all I have to do now is publish it, and it's ready to make some sales in the world. Voila, I hope you learned something today, and you can try to sell your own photos this way. Start small, start by gradient. Maybe just do one size. You don't have to do 3 sizes like I did. But I wanted to show you a more complex, because it's very common for a photographer to sell different size of his work. But you can also say, okay, this is the size I feel comfortable. To sell. And just as a little tip, when I do my fun art, what I do is that I ship directly from the company. So I work with two companies. MPix Pro, they're really good for many things. I do all the prints in MPix Pro except Metal Print. Metal Print, I do everything with Bay Photo. But honestly, these two companies are really good. And in France, if you're in Europe, at least in France, bigworld.fr. He's really good for any kind of printing, that I do with him, and he works a lot with hotels and everything. Voila. So I hope you find this interesting. Wix is a really easy way to create an online store, and go for it. Of course, one thing I didn't mention, but to be able to do an online store, you have to upgrade. You cannot do it with a regular price. You have to pay a little special price. As let's see, if you compare the plans, you have to. You have the basic store, which is for selling fun art print, I think is enough, because 10 gigabits bandwidth. You're not selling digital content, so that's pretty good. And but as you grow, you can take other options. So the minimum is probably $16 per month. But if you sell one photo here and there, it's worth it. You have to start somewhere. And selling your work is such a rewarding thing. Voila. I hope this was clear, and it's going to help you to make your own online store with Wix.